their airplane experience.
Hello, my name is Hilda Palo. I was born in Finland in 1893. I was only 2 years old when my family immigrated to the United States and we settled on the south side of Waukegan. I led an uneventful childhood. I attended school, and later as a young adult, I was a sales clerk at the Alekhine store. I'd like to tell you about the most exciting thing that happened to me. I was the first Waukegan woman to fly in a Wright Brothers biplane. Let me start from the beginning. In 1913, the Knights of Columbus sponsored a spectacular 4th of July celebration at Electric Park. The parade route was festooned with red, white, and blue decorations. Electric Park contained a 1,500-seat ballpark, a dance pavilion, 70 concession stands, and to top it off, a huge fireworks display. All these events were grand. The biggest feature was the airship flight of Max Lilly. A contest was held to determine who the one male and one female passenger would be. You voted for your favorite candidate, and each vote cost 1 penny. The rules were simple. You had to be between the ages of 16 and 55 years old, weigh under 135 pounds, have a sound heart, and be able to stand high altitudes. I was the second runner-up until my good friend, Miss Helen Holmes, well, evidently she got cold feet and gave her votes to me. I was on cloud 9. The airplane was to be named the city of Waukegan, and I was to christen it with a bottle of wine. Max Lilly set out from Chicago on this hot, humid Friday morning. He made a fine landing, looked at his watch, and he declared it took him 37 minutes to get to Waukegan. We all crowded around him in his airplane. I was introduced to him. I told him I wanted to fly worse than anything in the world. Hours later, I was prepared for the flight. I donned a heavy jacket, a hat, and goggles. Mr. Lilly instructed me on where to sit and hold on. Lastly, he pinned my skirt down for modesty. I wasn't the least bit nervous. He started that engine, and we made our way across the ball field. But he soon found out that the ball field was too short for takeoff because of the added weight of me. So he stopped the airplane and told the committee about the problem. It was decided that I would go by automobile to the golf course and he would fly to meet me there. Well, once again, I put on the protective clothing and had my skirt pinned. He started the engine and gave it full throttle. We were going faster and faster along the ground until it just seemed like mere seconds that we went airborne. I'll never forget the sound of that engine, the smell of that fuel, and the wind pressing against my body at 75 miles per hour. At 2,500 feet in the air, Waukegan looked like a fairyland. We made our way to Electric Park, and we circled it numerous times. The fairgoers looked like the tiniest pygmies to me. I yelled at Mr. Lilly at the top of my voice to go higher, but he said he didn't want to because he didn't like the way the engine sounded. Minutes later, the engine misfired and stopped completely. he decided to make a landing at Wetzel's Field instead of the ballpark for safety. We descended in these long, graceful curves and glides until we finally landed. I didn't even realize there was a problem till after the landing. Didn't matter to me. I would have taken that trip all over again. My only regret was it didn't last long enough. The newspaper reporter interviewed Mr. Lilly. You know what he told the reporter? He said, out of the hundreds of passengers that he has had, never has one manifested such coolness and nerve as I did on my first flight. I told that same reporter I was thinking about taking flying lessons. After that day, my life resumed to a more normal routine. I can't imagine anything in my future that would be any more exciting than being the first woman from Waukegan as a passenger on a biplane. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Hilda Palo is visiting her parents here today. She actually, just a few years after she became the first woman to fly in Waukegan, moved to Michigan, where she married, and she lived to be about 90 years old. And she's buried in Michigan.
Oh, wow.
The electric park that she referred to was eventually bought by Waukegan High School. That's now called Weiss Field.
Oh,